explaining my...
Whatever you want.
Okay. So I copied down the glasses from the picture on the piece of paper onto here, because the clear part is like what he sees, and so in each lens there's the popularity and the nut, because he wants to be popular but he knows he's not popular. And then it's the nut because he thinks his grandfather's pretty whacked out, and there's black all around the glasses because it's what he can't see, it's the big picture. But when Campbell Burns, I think, comes, it's like it lights a candle in the dark for him to see. And I have all these different memories of him, like the empty paint cans and how Skelly would help him paint, and then baseball bat and the ball, because he used to play baseball a lot. And I see the past as kind of smudged because it's the stuff he can't decide if he wants to remember or not, because there's the Skelly who has Alzheimer's and the Skelly who's the grandfather that took Jake and his mom in when his dad left. But then there's this section of darkness right here because it's what he can't see. But then there's Claude Harper here, and it's in like color because it's like his eureka moment when he finally accepts his grandfather for who he is, and when he tries to help him.
What do you mean by the Claude Harper moment?
Like when he finally says that, Skell, it's okay, it's Claude Harper. You want to walk with me over to the stairs. It's like he finally accepts how his grandfather sees him, and he also accepts his grandfather, because before he was like trying to throw away his problems like a boomerang, but he didn't know that the harder you try to throw away your problems, the greater the impact they'll have when they come back to you. And I had this crane here to symbolize that you want to try and fly away from everything that's holding you back. And I think one of the greatest feelings is when you finally have the courage to let go of what you can't change. So when Jake finally let go of trying to be popular, I think there was this big shift inside of him. Like, he realizes that popularity only lasts a second compared to how long your family will love you for. And I have these stars up here and the moon because light can come from all kinds of different sources, but the thing they all have in common is that they all have a glow big enough to let us see through the darkness of the unknown. And I think an outside force and like going back into text, I think an outside force that caused Jake want to stop caring for his grandfather was Alzheimer's, because it kind of took control of his life when he let it, when he tried to push it away. But when he finally accepted it, it was like he was like flying free like the crane. And then I think a sophisticated question I came up with was, why does society look down on people with illnesses/disabilities? And I think this is because I think I really want to include some Clay on here, but I couldn't really.
You wanted to include some also?
Clay.
Okay.
Because everybody's like a different like shape of clay.
Mm-hmm.
But the status quo of society doesn't let us like go unmolded. They try and like stuff us into these perfect molds so we can become the perfect person, become popular, and they trick and they deceive us into making us think that our values are popularity and not actually family, because family is in the long term, popularity is just 1 second. And I think to stay like our original form of like clay, we have to swim against the tide. And I think that illness represents the status quo in the book. You can't ever really escape from it, and the more you try to push it away, the more it'll control your life. Wait, I was gonna say something else. And Dr. Bloomfield, because her name is really symbolic because it's a field and it blooms like Jake wants to, and he does in the end of the book because he finally accepts his grandfather.